I'm Mandeep from India. I'm a freelancer and I'm taking classes online and offline both and deal with almost every age group of students. Here I'm going to present some experiences through my paper that is Learn to Lead the Virtual Classes. This paper helps to understand the applicable pathway to change the current scenario going to gain fulfillment of in the instructor's requirement while leaving their traditional practices of teaching and approaching the modern tactics. Meanwhile, the students also go along with the implements without a hitch. Over and above, this paper tries to look at some of the ongoing challenges for students attending online classes and examine ways in which online learning can be made more interesting, comfortable, productive, safe for students. Challenges like a move from physical classroom of 40 boisterous students to a room in their homes from where they hope to impart the same level of learning to the learners have been a matter of worriedness for teachers and quite even the learning experience. The main objective of the teachers is to ensure the continuity of learning. Rapid developments in technology have made distant education easy. Teachers at first make use of elementary tools like WhatsApp, Google Meet, Zoom, and likewise platforms for conducting online classes. Contemporary teaching tools and methods are not managing to motivate students to continue learning after the active teaching period is over. These create some issues as when a peer group of notorious students try to disrupt classes by sharing memes, sleeping in class, started personal conversation, and many more shows their lack of interest in engagement to with their areas of subject. A solution to such challenges lies in the exploration of new digital technologies and their involvement in the education sector. There is a requirement of a quick shift to online learning mode. Therefore, the products by Google can be really useful under such problematic situations. They are Gmail, Google Forms, calendars, G Drive, Google Hangouts, Google Jamboard and Drawings, Google Classrooms. These tools can be successfully used as an alternative for face-to-face classes. Digitized education can make lectures and books more immersive and interactive, which can reduce distraction. Technologies like augmented reality and virtual reality tools, along with gamification, subdue the scant related to engagement among the learners. With this approach, educators can address the issue of decreasing attention spans. Additionally, educational institutions can introduce personalized virtual lectures and courses for subjects that are not included in the curriculum, hence can effectively improve the quality of education. Electronic components make their way to the classrooms and hide the use of interactive elements among students as it is a time when our newbies need us more than ever before, and it is the magic opportunity to innovate and try something new. The mental ability of young children is constantly exposed to stimulation due to smartphones, social media, and the internet as well. Further activities prove to be incompetent of inconsistently stimulating human brains like digital technology. On that account, educators need to find a solution to address the concerns in operation. Simulated experiments based on real world phenomena can be created using interactive virtual labs as to interact the students with an experimental approaches or other activities via computer interface. In these environments, students can be anywhere to learn and interact with instructors and students. As an illustration, learners could literally walk around atoms and molecules, experience them with full three-dimensional high-definition clarity. Because of the online classes, students do not have direct access to faculty or peers to discuss and clarify academic matters. This creates a hurdle for effective learning. To make things even harder, there are other challenges that present themselves, frustrating technical issues such as weak internet connections, having additional responsibilities in the house, and distractions. As the presence of other people in the house, more mediocre courses content is also a major issue. Students feel that lack of community, technical problems, and difficulties in understanding instructional goals are the major barriers for online learning. All this make it hard for students to stay focused. Many students are not well equipped with a high internet connection that is required for online learning. Due to this, they face problems in ongoing live virtual learning and other platforms that require internet connection. They face technical issues as they are not much aware of technology and computer applications. A slow and a high internet connection can play an important role in how quickly they can attend the class and do not miss any live sessions. There is a possibility of poor connectivity if they find difficulty in downloading some information related to the subject or blurred videos, etc. Lack of computer education is a major concern in today's world. There are many students who still cannot operate basic computers with MS Word and PowerPoint. And whenever some technical issues emerge, they find it difficult to solve the problem in such a scenario. They face difficulties with live classes, uses of appropriate icons, MS Office, communicated relation apps and website, browsing study materials, etc. Sometimes they do not know technology proficiency like login, live classes, creating and submitting work, communicating with teachers and friends. There is a low level preparedness among the students concerning the uses of learning management systems. Students find it difficult to adapt to an online learning environment immediately after traditional classroom learning. Due to sudden change, they are not able to adapt to the computer-based learning. Students who have been always studying in the traditional classroom mindset are not able to focus on online platforms. It is important for them to accept the learning environment with an open mind. Learning from home is an amazing experience. Students might expect things around them to be like a school campus, but at home things are different. For example, learners might want a massive classroom, parks, playgrounds, canteens, friends and teachers around them to guide and learn. But with online learning, they have to manage everything in one room with parents around them. They can be easily distracted by small things at home. In many cases, students find difficulty in managing their time with online learning. Online learning is completely new for them and requires intensive work. They need a schedule planner to manage their time in an effective manner. Online learning provides flexible time, unlike traditional classrooms, but some face difficulties in adjusting to the time required for online learning. Students start losing hope once they find difficulty in online learning. It requires motivation to complete tasks and engage students with their learning. Lack of motivation is a common challenge for all students. Online learning helps teachers to provide reading material, assignments, communication via email, live chats, or messages, and delivering content by live sessions, presentations, recorded videos, or lectures for the students. In spite of all these activities, still some students do not find engaging compared to a traditional one. Students find it difficult to communicate in person who struggles with understanding concepts. Many times These students do not even approach teachers to clear their doubts. Every student needs feedback for their performance during the synchronous learning process so that they can improve their learning abilities. They are not only observed during the test or exams, but also for each assignment and project. In such a learning environment, learning content is not available in the form of live lectures or classes. It is available at different learning systems and forums. Instant feedback and immediate response are not possible under such environment. Research reveals that the students hardly visit their assignments to check their suggestions and comments. The feedback model with respect to online will be difficult for them to understand and implement. The sudden switch to online learning has left some students confused about some course requirements for the rest of the session. They may wonder if a final group presentation is still happening, given that students can no longer meet on campus, or if they need to complete labs for science classes. Students may also wonder whether their classes will have live lectures through video conferencing at a set time on a certain day, or whether students are expected to learn the materials on their own time. The lack of in-person interaction with both instructors and classmates can be particularly challenging. The adjustment can be particularly different for students taking classes that are better suited for the face-to-face format, like those with science lab components. Most of the students have learned in the physical classroom. Online learning can make the students adapt to different styles of learning. There are some students who can adapt to these styles quickly, but what about the students who need time? In such cases, they lack concentration, inability to understand the live classes, difficulty in creating projects and assignments using technology. The most popular application for digital tools in education is the use of synchronous apps instantly in the classroom. In this case, they can help the teacher explaining a subject, provide a visual presentation of the material, and help students check out their knowledge in action. Incorporating variable modern tools and electronic education in the classroom allows teachers to tailor lessons to the needs of the individual students, whether that means allowing students to learn at their own pace or letting teachers to create personalized study guides for their students. The electronic application can make the learning experience a uniquely individual one. It is believed that, of course, the value of face-to-face instruction method cannot be reduced, but e-learning can be used together with the traditional methods to bring in efficiency, effectiveness, and competitive edge over other competitors by imparting a quality education. Students can also use the technology to connect with peers and study together. Therefore, mentors can help their students connect to a learning community in which they can help each other work through difficult concepts with the assistance of software applications. With this, thank you.